Hey, intentional engineers, I want to tell you a quick story. So, a few years ago, I met someone who had fairly recently taken a new job with a 50K pay bump compared to what he was getting before. And he was really excited about it originally because it was a huge company, a big pay bump, he got more responsibility. But 6 months later, which was when I met him, he was totally burned out and not loving it. Why? Because of misalignment. Let's talk more about that. Hey there, my name is Jeff Perry, leadership and career development expert and author of The Intentional Engineer and The Intentional Career Guide to Professional Networking. And this story that I told you earlier happens more often than you might think, because we often put things that we think are really important to us and on a high pedestal, but actually those things are not the things that bring fulfillment, joy, and happiness in our careers. We often chase those shiny offers with the big titles and the big pay and the big companies without asking ourselves the deeper questions of, is this really what I want? And so naturally it leads to a cycle of job searching and burnout and quiet quitting or quiet cracking, which is a new term, and doing that over and over again. So what I want to do is I want to give you 3 questions that you can ask yourself before you say yes to a job offer. If you ask these 3 questions, it's going to help you filter and make sure that it's much more likely to be a great fit. Question number 1. Is this aligned with my core values? Now, first you might have to make sure that you have actually identified your core values to know if it aligns with those things. And you're looking at the company culture and the values that the company has, the product or service that you're offering in that company, and other things that are important to you. But make sure that's in alignment, because if you're out of alignment with your values, that's going to be a problem. Question number 2 is, does this fit with my genius zone? Now, I've made a bunch of videos on genius zones. We'll probably link to some in the description here. But genius zones are your unique ability because of your skills, experience, and background, and where you really get into a deep sense of flow to deliver your best value. And so asking yourself if you'll have that opportunity will be a great indicator of whether or not you're going to really enjoy it or you're more likely to lead to burnout. And number 3 is asking yourself, can I fit with this culture? Now, that relates a lot with number 1 on the core values, but there's other things around the working hours, remote versus hybrid versus in-person, the types of people, what are their expectations, the flexibility, and some of those other things that might be really important to you. And if they don't align, then that can cause real problems. But they do, that's much more likely for you to stick around and be successful and enjoy yourself at this new role. So as we wrap up, I just want to remind you that a great career isn't chasing what's looking good. It's chasing what feels good and feels right to you. And so we're looking for alignment, because misalignment can create some big problems for how you're feeling, how you show up in all the other areas of your life, not just at work, which we want to take that big picture holistic approach so we can be successful in work and life. And by the way, if you're wrestling with decisions like this, an offer, or you're trying to get an offer that you're really excited about because everything else that you've been talking about and looking at and interviewing for does not seem like it meets your criteria, let's talk. I can help, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much.